But if that sounds like too much, what about dry-ish January? Joining us live to talk about being more mindful while we drink, not just in January, but year-round, we have the CEO and co-founder of Sunnyside, which is a San Francisco-based app built around healthy alcohol habits. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, Reggie. Happy to be here.
Okay, so explain to me what dry-ish January means.
Yeah, so the Sunnyside Dryish January Challenge is really our answer to this all or nothing approach that is kind of implicit in the normal Dry January Challenge. As you mentioned, for some people, going to absolute zero and kind of focusing on this all or nothing outcome isn't the right fit. And so Sunnyside provides flexible options for folks who are looking for a New Year alcohol reset that doesn't necessarily have so much rigidity and require, completely cutting out drinking.
So, Nick, what would be an example of that?
Yeah, so we have a few different preferences that customers can choose from as they sign up. We have one flavor, which is cutting drinks just on weeknights, so Sunday to Thursday. Another flavor that is kind of taking your baseline and reducing your overall drinks by about 50%. And another that's more of a custom challenge where you can, select the pattern that works best for you, and we'll work together to stay accountable to that pattern. So it's really about kind of putting you in charge, but giving you a third-party system of accountability to help you kind of stay on track with those goals over the course of the month.
I'm curious what led you to develop this app. Were you seeing that I'm sure you did a lot of research before you went to market. Were you seeing that people were struggling with how to remain accountable?
Yeah, absolutely. So I personally have kind of a long history with ups and downs with alcohol. And yet complete sobriety has never, at least up to this point, felt like the right fit for me. And so I figured, as I was kind of starting on my most recent journey to more mindful alcohol consumption, I looked in the market, and what I found was that there was a massive concentration of apps and services focused on helping the quote unquote problem drinker on the path to complete sobriety, and yet virtually nothing out there for people who are looking to moderate and build healthier habits around drinking without the desire to quit entirely. And so that was really the light bulb moment for the founding of Sunnyside, is that there are a ton of people who could really benefit from a more mindful approach to drinking, and yet who aren't open or interested in the idea of complete sobriety. And so Sunnyside's app, coaching program, and community provide a place for people to connect and have a system of accountability to build healthier and sustained habits around their drinking.
So is this a subscription model, or how do you make money?
Yeah, so we have a subscription model. There's a 15-day free trial for people who can get set up, and the service is about $99 per year. For most people that we're working with, they're spending easily $100, $200 a month on alcohol. It adds up really quickly. And so the ROI on kind of cutting out those drinks that you don't really want or need ends up being a really kind of obvious value proposition for many of our members.
And Nick, as I'm sure you know, in San Francisco, $100 can be spent in a night.
Absolutely.
Really
yeah, it's really
easily.
easy to make this math work.
Yeah, you don't have to be blackout for it to get to $100. That is for
totally.
Sure. I'm curious.
And it turns out that there are many folks who are just having that one extra drink at the end of the night that maybe they're not feeling great about, or that makes them not feel as good the next day. And so we're focused on those drinks. We're focused on removing the ones that you don't really want or need, so to help you enjoy alcohol more on your terms and in a healthier way.
Okay, so finally, when you are using this app, how would it help you not do that last drink?
Yeah, so we have a system of kind of upfront planning where we're helping our members create an accountability plan for themselves, where they're setting targets and really limits for themselves over the course of the week in advance. And so we take some of the willpower out of the equation when you're in the moment of having fun and having those drinks, and wondering if you should kind of have that next one or switch to water or something non-alcoholic. And then in the course of drinking, as you're tracking with us, our tracking system works via text message, so it's very subtle and discreet and simple. We just provide gentle nudges with each additional drink, helping remind you about your goals and providing alternatives for you to kind of say no to that last one. So it's really about mindfulness and bringing presence to the moment of drinking so that you can do so on your terms and kind of not get carried away in the moment, which is obviously very easy on those nights out.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll leave you with this. My family member taught me something years ago, which I thought was really smart. He would just start ordering regular soda. And put a lime or a lemon, take that lime or lemon that the bartender has there that they usually put in the vodka soda. And then you don't have to answer questions about this. You don't have to be interrogated about why you're only drinking water or sticking to, Coca-Cola or something that night. The questions are really what's like annoying, I think.
And that's one of Sunnyside's key philosophies. Is it's really about kind of how do you make this fit into your life in a way that's sustainable. And so that's a great strategy that Sunnyside members are taught in the early days. Just having something in your hand in those moments makes a big difference and gives a lot of that same satisfaction, while also reducing the questions from your friends that can be annoying for sure. So Sunnyside members have that in their toolkit for sure.
Well, I think this has given us a lot of things to think about. Nick, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate it too. And for anyone looking to join the Dry-ish January Challenge, you can check us out at sunnyside.co. So thanks for having me.
I have water in this cup. Cheers to you. And we'll be right back.
Cheers.